There's a moment right before the cold hits your skin where your mind whispers to you. It's almost this quiet nudge that says, why are you doing this? Why put yourself through this again? And in that tiny hesitation, you learn something about yourself. You realize that your story isn't special unless you decide it is, or unless you decide to change it. You know, I've been thinking a lot about purpose this week. Not the kind that you read in books or the kind that people post on Instagram, but the kind you face alone at 1 a.m. in the silence, when no one's around, there's no motivation, no comfort, just you, your thoughts, and the version of yourself that you're trying to escape. They say the devil never leaves you. You just meet him every day and keep saying no. And I think that's true. Some days my mind tries to talk me out of work, tries to protect me, tries to trick me. And the hardest part is learning to tell the difference. I've been diving deep into Jim Rohn's philosophy lately, and he asks a question that really stuck with me. Why bother doing all of this? Why work hard? Why seek discipline? Why chase success? Why push yourself? And then he hits you with the real question. Why not? Why not work hard? Why not try to become the best version of yourself? Why not see how far you can go? He says life is risky. And you know how we're so sure of that. We don't get out of it alive. And I've lived on both sides myself, like the version that drifted, avoided discomfort, let life happen to him, and the version today that chooses the harder path. And I won't lie, like my own expectations sometimes scare me. But something's different this time. There's a new belief, a new confidence, a foundation that I've been building slowly. And it shows up in the smallest rituals, like the cold exposure, every weekend, 5 to 10 minutes. And every time my mind gets anxious. The water in Canada is cold, it's brutal, especially in the winter. It shocks you, it steals your breath. But my body's somehow adapted. It's learned to carry the cold. It almost craves the challenge. The moment you step out, that hit of dopamine, that whisper of pride, that reminder that you kept your word. That's what makes it worth it. And that's the transformation. And maybe that's the meaning of life. Not something that's written in the stars, but something we build through hardship. Don't forget, you're the character of this story. You upgrade him. You challenge him. And you rewrite his future. If this is a game we don't survive in the end, then why not play it with everything you have? People dream of a life of pure comfort. No worries, no stress, no challenges. But a life with no struggle is a life with no depth. And existing without meaning is just waiting. I'd rather have the adventure with all its pain, struggles, and anxiety, because it also gives you belief, it also gives you alignment, it gives you confidence, and that quiet knowing that your story is yours to shape. So that's what's been on my mind this week. If you are on your own journey, just remember there are no vacations in self-improvement, but there's a lot of adventure. So thank you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one.